That corner house over there is the home of the Darling family. And Peter Pan chose this particular house because there were people here who believed in him.
Disney is great at grabbing your attention and immersing you in the story right from the start. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down the top 10 best opening scenes in Disney animated movies.
This is the story of a girl named Rapunzel, and it starts with the sun. Now, once upon a time, a single drop of sunlight fell from the heavens.
For this list, we'll be looking at intros from animated films released only under the Disney name. Sure, Disney's animated Pixar movies have some great openings too, but they deserve their own list. Number 10. Jiminy Cricket and When You Wish Upon a Star, Pinocchio. You may recognize the song When You Wish Upon a Star from the opening titles of every Disney movie released in the past few decades.
When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true.
An instrumental version of the song has been fully integrated with the Disney logo, which runs at the beginning of the Walt Disney Pictures films. We first heard the tune, though, at the start of the 1940 animated classic Pinocchio, but this time it had lyrics.
Pretty, huh? I'll bet a lot of you folks don't believe that. About a wish coming true, do you? Well, I didn't either. Of course, I'm just a cricket singing away from hearth to hearth, but let me tell you what made me change my mind.
Jazz vocalist and vaudeville veteran Cliff Edwards sang it in character as Pinocchio's conscience Jiminy Cricket, and then segued into an opening narration speaking directly to the audience.
One night, a long time ago, my travels took me to a quaint little village. It was a beautiful night. The stars were shining like diamonds high above the roofs of that sleepy old town.
The rest, as they say, is history. Number 9. Perfect World, The Emperor's New Groove.
Will you take a look at that? Pretty pathetic, huh? Well, you'll never believe this, but that llama you're looking at was once a human being.
This opening has everything a comedic animated fantasy film could ask for. There's sarcastic narration courtesy of funny man David Spade in character as Cusco, trying desperately to make the audience focus on his previous life as emperor while admitting that he's currently living as a llama.
Oh, is that hard to believe? Look, I tell you what, you go back a ways, before I was a llama, and this will all make sense.
There's a very upbeat musical number performed by none other than Tom Jones in character as the theme song guy.
Oh yeah.
On top of that, there's also plenty of comedic beats and vibrant animation that add to the song.
He was born and raised to rule. No one has ever been this cruel in 1,000 years of aristocracy.
While this film was mostly praised for Eartha Kitt's performance as Yzma, the fun starts right at the beginning before she even hits the screen. Number 8. Attack on the Great Wall, Mulan. Talk about not wasting any time and jumping right into the action. Just a few moments after the title sketch of the Great Wall of China fades into the film's animated version of it, the wall is attacked, the signals are lit, and China during the Han Dynasty is fighting off a Han invasion. While Mulan features plenty of singing, it's one of the only movies produced during the Disney Renaissance, which took place between the late 80s and 90s, not to open with either a song, a narrated prologue, or some combination of the two.
Perfect.
Number 7. The Legend of Maui, Moana. This 2016 film is based on an ancient Polynesian legend also shared by some other cultures.
In the beginning, there was only ocean. Until the mother island emerged.
Disney starts the movie with Moana's grandma Tala telling the creation story of the heart of Te Fiti and the demigod Maui to a group of children. But we don't see them or her until the end of the tale.
And One day, the most daring of them all voyaged across the vast ocean to take it.
Instead, her opening narration plays over tribal imagery that gives way to beautiful and stunning 3D computer animation the moment Maui as a bird enters the scene.
A shapeshifter who could change form with the power of his magical fish hook.
It's an eye-catching way to throw the audience into the story and introduce a main character we won't see until later in the film. Number 6. Two Worlds, One Family. Tarzan.
Put your faith in what you most believe in. Two worlds, one family. Trust your.
This opening beautifully juxtaposes the experiences of Tarzan's human family in the jungle with those of his future gorilla family right up to the point Kala finds him. Both families experience happiness and loss at the same time, and are clearly on parallel trajectories. This animated visual storytelling is set to Phil Collins singing about the broader theme of interconnectedness while indirectly referencing what is happening on the screen. It's an intro that proves you don't need traditional spoken or sung narration to set the stage for the rest of the movie. Number 5. The Gospel Truth. Hercules.
Long ago, in the faraway land of ancient Greece, there was a golden age of powerful gods and extraordinary heroes.
While Disney movies aren't known for breaking the fourth wall, Hercules does right at the start, when the muses cut off the traditional stuffy narrator mid-sentence and take over.
Is what our story is.
Will you listen to him? He's making this story sound like some Greek tragedy.
Lighten up, dude.
We'll take it from here, darling.
You go, girl.
What follows is a fun, upbeat, gospel-type musical number taking us through the story of Greek mythology. One of the things that makes this opening scene particularly creative is how the muses used the piece of pottery they were painted on, as well as those around them in the museum as their stage, props, and visual aids.
And that's the world's first dish.
Yeah, baby.
Zeus tamed the globe while still in his youth. Though honey it may seem impossible, that's the gospel truth.
The muses return several times in the movie from this intro, and we can see why. Number 4. Arabian Nights. Aladdin.
Oh, I come from a land, from a faraway place, where the caravan camels roam.
This catchy opening song by Alan Menken and Howard Ashman is accompanied by animation that introduces us to the fictional kingdom of Agrabah and the desert surrounding it quite well.
Arabian Nights, like Arabian days, more often than not, are hotter than hot in a lot of good ways.
While a solid and memorable opening, it was also a controversial one back in 1992 when the film was released due to some upsetting lyric choices. After protests from groups like the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee, Disney changed it for the movie's home video release and all subsequent releases.
Ah, salam and good evening to you, worthy friend. Please, please, come closer. Too close, a little too close. There. Welcome to Agrabah.
Number 3. The Bells of Notre Dame. The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Morning in Paris, the city awakes to the bells of Notre Dame.
This animated movie starts with a song as a prologue, but as far as songs go, this is a dramatically epic yet somber one. The mood is magnified by the bleakness that comes across in the animation, from the moment we leave Clopin's puppet show.
They're beautiful, no? So many colors of sound, so many changing moods. Because you know, they do not ring all by themselves.
They don't!
No, you silly boy.
It sets up the sad backstory of the film's protagonist Quasimodo, and introduces us to the villain Frollo at his most arrogant and devious. It takes the Archdeacon threatening eternal damnation for him to not throw a baby down a well. While the rest of the movie is a little more upbeat, this intro is memorable for not pulling any punches.
You can claim that you haven't a qualm, but you never can run from nor hide what you've done from the eyes very eyes of Notre Dame.
Number 2. The Beast, Prologue, and Belle, Beauty and the Beast. It's fitting that a film that strives to contrast its two main protagonists, Belle and the Beast, starts off by doing just that.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, a young prince lived in a shining castle.
First, we get the Beast Prologue, which is presented like a classic fairy tale narration, accompanied by several still images. It's bleak and quite lonely, just like the Beast himself.
As the years passed, he fell into despair and lost all hope.
Then, immediately following the title card, we're introduced to Belle, with full animation singing a song. It's lively and quite vibrant, just like she is. Also, unlike the Lonely Beast intro, this song involves the whole town. We already know who these characters are, and the movie's only just started.
Look, there she goes, that girl is so peculiar. I wonder if she's feeling well.
Okay, who wants to watch all these movies now? All you need is a great song or gripping narration and I'm hooked. Let's take a look at these honorable mentions before we show you the opening scene to end all opening scenes.
A world where prey were scared of predators. And predators had an uncontrollable biological urge to maim and maul and...
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a tiny kingdom. Peaceful, prosperous, and rich in romance and tradition.
I'll tell you a tale of the bottomless blue, and it's hey to the starboard heave-ho. Look out, madam, your may be waiting for you in mysterious fathoms below.
What is that monstrosity?
Monstrosity!
What you see before you is the first of a new species.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Circle of Life, The Lion King. This probably doesn't come as that much of a surprise. Not only does this opening number introduce us to the world where Simba's story will take place, but it's also a stunning work of art in and of itself. The song written by Elton John and Tim Rice is a perfect accompaniment to the animation, which is Disney at its best.
From the day we arrive on the planet and blinking step into the sun.
The slow build of various groups of animals congregating leads to the start of the story on Pride Rock, just as the music hits its soaring crescendo. It makes us want to keep watching, which is exactly what an opening scene should do. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.